Hey guys, WalterFootball.com video here. I'm going to talk about Frank Ragnow's retirement, the disaster grade I gave for this, and also the implications for the Lions going forward. Before I get into all that, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description of the merch store, or go to WalterFootball.com. We have tons of content for football every single day. We have NFL picks against the spread in the fall. We have fantasy football rankings. We have 2026 NFL mock drafts, tons of draft content. And we grade every signing, grade every trade, and all the content's free. So check out walterfootball.com. The link's in the description. All right, let's get to the Frank Ragnow retirement here. It's kind of not like too much of a surprise, but it is a little surprising. But Frank Ragnow was in contract disputes, and he has had a lot of injuries. So he's calling it quits on his career. It's always a shame to see a player retire early before they naturally should. He's only 29, just turned 29 a few weeks ago. So he still had probably like 3, 4, maybe 5 great years still in the NFL. He's one of the top centers in the pros, so he's sorely going to be missed. And Detroit Lions fans can't be, I guess they can be kind of used to this by now because Barry Sanders retired before his time. Calvin Johnson did the same thing, and now Frank Ragnow. So this is commonplace for Detroit, unfortunately for Lions fans. And this is a pretty rough move. So the disaster grade I gave for the Lions is actually a 7 out of 10. So you can see on the screen here. You can see the whole write-up at walterfootball.com. This is pretty tough. I already had the Lions as an overrated team. I did a video actually this morning listing my top 3 overrated teams in the NFL, and the Lions were number 2. I'm going to post the link as the top comment on this video, so you can check it out if you haven't already. But this is a brutal retirement because not only did Frank Ragnow retire, like he was, like I said, one of the best centers in the NFL. The Lions also lost both coordinators, including obviously their offensive coordinator Ben Johnson is now at Chicago. So he's not around to kind of like right the ship. Now they're going to be asking for a new coordinator to do that, and we don't even know if the new coordinator John Morton is able to be anything close to Ben Johnson. And now he's going to have to just kind of right the ship with the Lions without his all-star center. Frank Ragnow, like I said, one of the best centers in the NFL. His replacement, Graham Glasnow, it's not bad. Like, he can play multiple positions. He's pretty versatile, but he's pretty mediocre as a blocker. So he's definitely going to be a big downgrade. And part of the reason why I made this a 7 out of 10. Now, keep in mind, I realized Ragnow is an amazing player. Like 10 out of 10 would be a devastating injury to a quarterback that just not just spans this year and then but the next year. Or if, like, for example, if like Patrick Mahomes retired, like that would be a 10 out of 10 for the Chiefs or something. 9 out of 10 is like a quarterback loss for the season that ruins a potential Super Bowl. So you can see like 7 out of 10 is pretty up there. If they look at the Detroit Lions depth chart, and I'm going to pull this up on Our Lads. Just look at the interior of the offensive line. Now, this Lions team really built themselves on the offensive line. That's one of the reasons why I was trying to be ahead of the curve with them, is because their front office, which has been great on their Brad Holmes, they really made a point to upgrade their offensive line, and that's how they went from basement dweller to Super Bowl contender, just seemingly overnight. They bolstered their offensive line. They already had Taylor Decker, but they drafted Penei Sewell in the first round, for example. They hit with Frank Ragnow and some other guys, but the interior blocking now looks pretty bleak. You look at the guard center guard they have here. Christian Mahogany, 6th round pick from 2024. He barely played last year. Now he had a couple starts. He looked okay, so maybe that gives them some hope that he can fill in one of those spots. But he was supposed to be the weak link of the offensive line heading into the season. They lost Kevin Zeitler. He was a great blocker for them last year, although he was on the older side, but still, he's gone. So when he left, it's like, okay, they can get away with just one weakness. Maybe they drafted Tate Ratledge out of Georgia to play guard. He's listed as center here. I'm not sure if that's going to be correct, but he can play center or guard as well as Graham Glasnow. So I don't know how they're going to kind of facilitate that. But Tate Ratledge is an unknown. I mean, 2nd round pick. The Lions do draft well. Maybe he's going to be good, but he's only going to be a rookie, and he could have a rough start to his career, or a slow start at least, and then or maybe he's just a total bust. There's a reason why he didn't go in the first round. So He was supposed to be, maybe like kind of like the 1B weakness there. But now they also have Frank Glasnow playing instead of Frank Ragnow. It is absolutely brutal for them. This interior blocking looks pretty weak. I don't think it's as bad as like we saw out of like Seattle and Miami last year. Like there's still some hope. Like what if Ratledge is good? Frank Glassow's not like just a total failure. He's like I said, he's mediocre, and Mahogany showed some promise. So the Lions' Super Bowl chances are not dead, but I already didn't like them because they lost both coordinators. They lost Kevin Zeitler, and now they lost Frank Ragnow. So this is like I said, pretty rough spot for them. I don't like them at all heading into the season. I think I'm probably going to have them missing the playoffs in the season preview. I haven't finalized that, but I think that they're probably going to finish like 9-8 or something like that, which may not be good enough in an NFC that's pretty deep. So those are my thoughts on Frank Ragnow. Let me know what you think. Is this the end for the Lions, or do they have to kind of sort of do a small rebuild to get right for 2026? Just let me know. Otherwise, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit the link in the description for the merch store. And like I said, visit walterfootball.com. Like I said, you can go to the website and read all about the disaster grade, where like I said, I posted 7 out of 10, but the analysis is all there. And I'm going to be posting season previews starting around the middle of June. So you guys can check that out. Last year, the Philadelphia Eagles were a top pick to win the Super Bowl. We predicted them to win the Super Bowl, and our top bet, it was 17-1 odds on the Eagles. So we had a good hit rate last year, and really over the years. For example, the year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, we had them as well. We bet the Rams too, so that was a nice Super Bowl to not really sweat anything out. So we've been pretty accurate with our calls, and I'm feeling pretty confident that the Lions are not going to make the playoffs. Right now, I believe that they're definitely favored to make the playoffs. I don't know if that has changed. Just looking this up like real time, the Lions are right now minus 205 to make the playoffs, and they are plus 164 to miss the playoffs. I think the plus 164 is a good bet, and I don't think the sportsbooks have adjusted for that, the Frank Ragnow retirement. So I might jump on the Lions to miss the playoffs at plus 164. The NFC North is so stacked. Vikings, I think, are great. Packers are a really good team. Bears, I think they might be a little overrated, but they do have some promise. So you definitely can't count them out, especially with Ben Johnson there, who should be a much better coach than Matt Eberflus was for them last year. So it's some really rough competition for the Lions. Things are not looking good for them right now, but an offseason can fix this. Maybe they add some offensive linemen next offseason, so to get better. So yeah, anyway, like I said, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. But yeah, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit the link in the description for the merch store, and check out walterfootball.com for more content, and I will talk to you